Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak and welcome back to Sly Cooper, Thievius, Raccoonus.
Travel plans to China have all been worked out.
In the last episode we took on Vicious Voodoo, and in this one we're going to go into Fire in the Sky. But let's check up on our old pal Murray, see what he's doing. What you doing there, Murray? Yep.
Okay, I'll stop soon.
Alright, Murray. I wasn't mad at you, bro.
The road trip gave me the time I needed to study up on the Panda King. Born penniless, he was fascinated by the fireworks rich noblemen set off every New Year's. He spent a decade learning the art. But when he tried to offer his fireworks to the noblemen, they couldn't see past his shabby clothes and chased him away. Humiliated, the Panda King took revenge on those who shunned him by using the very tools of his art for crime. The Fiendish Five recruited him as their demolitions expert, and from then on, his explosive touch became feared worldwide. He's rumored to be perfecting some new firework technique high in the unstable Kunlun Mountains of western China.
Alright, welcome to Fire in the Sky. I believe that's what the name of this is. Yeah, and according to travel math, because I got curious when Sly was like, oh yeah, the drive gave me enough time. That's a 10, almost 11-hour drive to Beijing, China. Jesus, from Paris to Beijing. Holy crap. I would not want that. Then again, I guess from here it's like a, what, 18-hour flight or something? So the new ability that we have is this invisibility. You cannot move while using it. And you initiate it by just holding down the circle button. Now, I'm going to show you how many times I died in this level, just to let you know how utterly broken this level can be. I died here quite a bit. I actually got a game over, if I'm not mistaken, but I think that's not really that much of an issue considering I died. I only had like 0 lives. Now, these guys are like one of my favorite enemies. His name is Andre, and he fears thieving raccoons. So if you actually run up to him, he will cower in fear, just like Pierre Flamenose. And this guy, Kung Pao, lives for the World Cup. I just find little things like that really, really funny and really charming. But you're gonna see me get like a game over real quick. Like it's not even gonna take that long. So yeah, Andre and Wonton are the little monkeys that he flings off his little catapult. Are rather annoying, especially in the time trials. See how he's fearing us right now. Interesting.
Would you look at that? A fireworks show. Oh my gosh, that's awful. That poor village just got buried in freezing snow.
The rocket came from that giant statue, and you can bet the Panda King lit the fuse. I've got to find my way up there and fast before that lunatic squashes another town.
Yeah, so gone are the days of rising an evil dead army to take over Mexico, and now we're fucking launching fireworks into villages and causing them to have massive avalanches. So yeah, what makes Andres annoying, the Andre enemies annoying, are the fact that when they launch their wontons, this is such a weird fucking sentence to say. The wontons are actually invincible. I don't think you can break them. I've tried at least. I don't think I was able to. They don't. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't. All right, here's the game over. Hold on. It's like they don't take damage. Is I guess the best way to put it. And here's what happens when you get a game over, by the way. You start directly from the beginning of the level. But And it's like really weird because you can kill them, especially with the roll move, with the electricity, you can kill the wontons, but you can't kill them when they're being launched for whatever reason. And they have like a really weird hitbox while they will normally hit you. But yeah, so the Andres are the enemies that you got to look out for. The other enemy you have to look out for is the flashlight guards that I forgot their names. They're rather annoying in this level, or rather in this world. I think they're like orangutans, I think. I had to double check that. I'm gonna have to get a good look at them. But they like throw these throwing swords at you. They look like Levi, or like Levin's swords from like Fire Emblem. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. They're the curvy sword that shoots lightning in Fire Emblem. Also, I stopped using the fast forward because I realized that was messing me up more than just just playing the game normally. Like I said, this game can be pretty difficult, even if the challenges don't seem like they're should be challenging. For whatever reason, I tend to have a hard time with this game. So I'm not sure. Oh yeah, by the way, forgot about that one. By the way, watch out for these icicles. They're really easy to telegraph, but if you're in that area where the camera hasn't panned up and you're still moving, and you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you will be destroyed by these icicles. Gotta be careful there too. It has a pattern of 2 icicles, then 3 icicles, and then 2 icicles, so be careful with that one too. And it's like, this isn't so hard, especially because I like doing the time trial. I didn't really have that much hard time with this. But I guess it's just because I kept moving, and I moved really quickly. So as long as you take your time, you should be fine. This is the part that I had a hard time with quite a bit too in the time trials. Using the roll technique, you would catch up to them very quickly, but by the time you got close to them, they would launch their wontons. And like I was saying, the wontons are indestructible for like that frame where they're in the air until they hit the ground. So if you're too close to them when that launches, you'll die. But like I said, I'll talk more about the time trials in that video. But real quick too, this part was hard, and I don't know how I beat it in time trial mode. I have no idea how the fuck I did that. But yeah, their swords are like those curvy swords. I'm not actually sure what they're called. But yeah, here I use the fast travel or the fast forward just to not what's it called? Just so I'm not there for a long time. That's why I use the fast travel. But yeah, these guys are kind of annoying. But I think it's just because they placed them in very, very hard areas. But like even that, like that wasn't so hard. It's just that like they'll hit you if you're not ready. Alright, so we're 14 out of 30. We're about halfway done with the bottles. And I haven't missed one yet. The remaining bottles are all in this little area right here. So we gotta kill these Kung Paos, and I think yeah, this is the area with the flashlight cards. And you got to be careful with the flashlight cards. But remember that when you have invisibility, the flashlight guards can't hit you. So keep that in mind. But also remember that you can't move while using the invisibility. So also keep that in mind. And if they blow the whistle, I believe you can't use the invisibility. I think it stops working, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of wish they brought that ability back in other Sly games, because that was a really cool ability and like idea. Oh, I got so lucky here. I got really lucky there. And here are the last 2 bottles. Just like that, we were able to open up the safe and we can grab the key. And we are almost done with this level. I think that was pretty good, even though I died a few times. But you know, it's just one of those levels that are kind of challenging. This whole world is really challenging, actually, now that I think about it.
I got a real headache figuring this one out.
Alright, Bentley, what's the code?
578.
578. Alright, let's see if your headache was worth it, Bentley. 57. Alright, here we go. 577. You were wrong, Bentley. Wasn't worth it. Not worth the headache. That's a shame. What's this?
This just gets better and better. I'd always heard that one of your southern ancestors, Huckleberry Cooper, developed a technique to move while staying invisible. Hold down the circle button to turn invisible, then move around with the left analog stick.
Alrighty, so now we have the upgrade for the invisibility power, where you can now slowly walk while turning invisible. And that makes that move rather broken. Quite honestly, if you don't mind walking really slow, it can be pretty broken of an ability to have. Keep in mind that enemies will not see you until you are seen. So, like, that would make sense, right? What I mean by that is, like, if you're invisible before an enemy, like, gets into a fighting animation with you, you're invisible. That guy got me good. He hit me, like, mid-air. That's what I mean, though. Like, these guys are really good at targeting people. Like, I know that I find that the Mafia dogs from episode 2, like those flashlight guards, to be really annoying. I think the second most annoying flashlight guards are these guys. They're like really annoyingly placed.
Nice job breaking into the Panda King's compound. I think I figured out a way to get to the top of that giant statue, but unfortunately it's obstructed by this reinforced ceiling hatch.
No problem. They seem to have plenty of firepower around here. I'll just have to find a few more treasure keys to get at it.
Alright, so we're gonna try and stop this. What an asshole. Holy crap. He did this for protection money. Jesus.
Murray's all fired up to make the run for the key. While on the blasting station, use the left analog stick to aim and the square button to fire.
Right on. I'll keep him covered.
Alright, so this is the other shooting level. This is not the last shooting level, but this might actually be easier than the one level 2, in World 2 rather. I didn't really have too much of a hard time with this one. At least I don't remember having a hard time with this, even as a kid. I think it's just because of the way they position all the enemies. Like, it's not so bad. I don't know, that's just me. I think the only thing I had an issue with in this like level as a kid was near the end, but even that wasn't so bad because they give you enough time to take care of the issues. We'll see what I mean in a second. I think what makes it easy is because you can hear the little nunchuck wielding monkeys coming because they have that like sound effect where they swing their nunchucks around. I don't know. I think it's a lot easier to pick up on than the whistle for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I'm halfway there.
Oh, that's good, Murray. Well, we're almost there. Now, I never understood this. I guess it's just the position in which it looks like. Also, I think you just have to kill the Andre. I don't think you have to worry about the wonton. But But yeah, like right there, I thought he was right next to the thing, but apparently he's not. But anyway, yeah, the flashlight guards aren't too big an issue in this level. Because they appear... They're kind of slow for flashlight guards, honestly. I think that's what made the Mafia dogs so hard, was that they're like kind of fast for enemies. But yeah, so this part is an issue that I may have had as a kid, but like they give you enough time because the flashlight guards are rather slow. It's not like they're running at full speed at you like the Mafia dogs were. Like you have more than enough time to see where they're coming from. Also, the way that they designed it is very symmetrical, so if you know that they're coming from one side, you know they're going to come out from another one. And then just as I say that, that one guy proves me wrong. But yeah, that's really the only part that I may have had an issue with as a kid. I don't quite remember, it's been a long time. As a kid, I was unable to beat this mission, like this world. I got stuck on the racing level that's in here. I was never able to beat Panda King by myself because I could not pass the racing missions. I managed to do it in episode 2, in World 2, Sunset Snake Eyes, as a kid, but I think I got like extremely lucky. For some reason, I always had a hard time with the driving level in this game. Now, this level's pretty cool. I like this one quite a bit. There are these conveyor belts, and you have to be invisible to you know, make it through the level. It's a little hard to talk, Bentley, when I'm talking. Bentley.
Oh, and if the guards already see you, then the invisibility trick won't work on them.
Right, so Bentley was explaining right there that the invisibility doesn't work on guards who have already seen you. But they do work on all the guards as long as you're invisible prior to being spotted. So don't worry about that. I got really lucky there that did not work because I think I did that a little too late. But see what I mean by having the walking ability for the invisibility walk is kind of broken, because then you can like, you don't have to just stop and wait for these lasers or spotlights to make it through. Makes it rather easy. That's actually something that I didn't think to do either in my speed runs either, was to use the invisibility to run through the spotlights. I figured I was moving too slow, but I guess that could be useful. Like a useful way to go through the level. I just didn't think of it, to be quite honest with you. Well, yeah, with that we have 9 bottles, and now we have to jump on these totem poles things that shoot out those sparks. Be careful with the sparks, they'll burn you like any other fire will. And this part is pretty cool because the conveyor belt is going just slow enough where your invisibility walk will make you walk in place. So that's pretty good. And yeah, it's not, this level isn't so hard. At least I didn't find it very hard, like even as a kid. But definitely some of the levels here are rather challenging. Like that first level was kind of hard. This one isn't too bad. The unseen foe. And as I say that, there's a weird glitch sometimes where the enemies will like attack you and you just start sliding. Oh yeah, this enemy likes techno music if I remember correctly. I forgot her name though. What is it? Chow Mei. Chipis Kung Fu Yum listens to techno. Gone. You know, I never really realized. I never realized just how powerful Sly is when he swings his cane. Like he knocks people pretty far back with his cane. Like look at this giant. Oh, he's not an orangutan. I don't know what he is though. But look at this giant like monkey enemy right here, and just he flies back when Sly lets it, like Beyblade let it rip. You know what I mean? Like just launches him. Speaking of Beyblade let it rip, I found a Beyblade PS1 game at one of my local mom and pop shops. And by local, I mean like not really local, but local enough for me to drive over there and not feel guilty. Because like there's no shops around my area that are cool. But yeah, so like my local mom and pop shop have they sell like old school video games. Like one time I found an Atari just sitting on the floor there, like while they were repairing it, doing other stuff. It was pretty neat. I think one time they had a Commodore 64 there. That was cool. But they have a lot of neat old school stuff. At least I think it was a Commodore 64. I didn't ask about it, but it looked like one. Maybe it was something different and I just didn't know. But anyway, besides the point. I found Beyblade for the PS1, and of course I like shitty video games. So for anyone who's watching this and has a shitty video game that they want me to play through, I'll definitely play through it because I love shitty video games. The Beyblade game isn't so bad. It's functional, but I'm not very good at it, so that wouldn't be a very fun game to play.
But this vault's combination has got to be 667.
667. Bentley, you sly dog. You. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that 666 number. I was very upset. I wanted to get that 666 number.
Incredible! I never would have thought this was possible. Sir Augustine of Cooper's technique to briefly defy gravity.
What?
From now on, you should be able to pop right out of those bottomless pits you keep falling into, and you won't even lose a lucky charm.
Yo, shut up, Bentley. You know I have a bad habit of falling off cliffs. Fucking asshole. Why don't you do something, Bentley? You're always sitting in the car. Fucking asshole. I'm always falling into bottomless pits.
Is some kind of huge gunpowder production plant. Judging by the scale, the Panda King must be making tons of explosives.
I have no idea what Bentley was going to say there. I kind of wanted to end this mission. I thought he was just going to tutorialize me on how to avoid laser beams again. And then I heard it last second as I hit the thing. There's always an issue playing video games at like low volumes. I can't hear them. Like when you can't hear the video game. Oh, so Flaming Temple of Flame is another one of those levels that isn't too bad.
Despite its temple-like facade, this place is really some sort of training ground. Stay on your toes.
You see what I mean? Like, not Bentley. Sly right there just knocked that guy off a bridge. It's like on a backhand. Damn, like, Sly would be one scary person to play tennis with. His backhand can knock like fully grown apes off of fucking, or fully grown monkeys, I guess. I don't know if they have a tail. I didn't get a good look, but whatever. But even a fully grown ape like that guy, just off a cliff in one shot, like damn, dude. Just fucking wilding out here. So I think there's a bottle down here, right? Yeah, right here. It's a little hard to see, but there's two bottles around this cliff edge. I actually remember that from when I was a kid, and it took me a while to find those bottles. Like those ones are some bottles that have stuck with me over the years. That, or I sometimes forget about them. And it takes me a while to remember them, but I do remember them. 7 out of 25 bottles, that's not too bad. We're only like not even halfway done with this level, to be honest with you. And here's another Chow Mei. Yeah, see, that's the glitch I was telling you guys about. Every once in a while, for some reason, the enemies will hit you in such a way where they like force push you in a direction, and that could be really annoying. Actually, even in that first level, like the starting level of this world, when you use the fireworks to hit that gate and it falls down so that you can continue going, right before the flashlight guards start appearing, sometimes that bridge will hit you and it will just push you off the cliff. So if you're doing the time trial, just know that. Be careful where you stand when that bridge is falling. I'll point it out again in the time trial video. Also, I had an issue here for some reason, and I'm glad I checked here. I'm really glad I saw, or I rather wanted to check around the room real quick. But I had an issue. I tried not double jump. I tried rail walking on that thing over here. And also right here, for some reason my circle button, I guess, wasn't registering. I don't know if that's part of the game, or if my controller was just going. I mean, knowing me, it's probably just the controller going, because this is a very old controller. I've had it since like the PS2 came out. Used to all hell. So it's probably just the controller, but for some reason, I had a hard time with the circle button inputs for this world in particular. This world and the next world in particular, but like it was fine throughout the rest of the playthrough, so I don't know if it's the game or if it's just my controller. I have no idea. Is this the part where you jump down to grab the bottles, or is that later? I think that's later. So we're gonna climb up here. You don't have to break these things, but I just think it's cool that you can, because it doesn't seem like you can from the front, but from the back you can see that it's broken. And then you can make that jump onto that paper lantern, and you can grab another 4 bottles. This one's a little tricky. If you don't land on there, you will fall all the way back down. So keep that in mind. You want to get a decent jump. The slow-mo may help you there if need be. But yeah. So our next location is to slide down this railing. And I believe this is the part I was talking about, where you might have to drop down to grab some bottles. Yeah, it's right there. So we just jump down this hole, and make sure you make this jump. Make sure you make it back. Or alternatively, you could just walk on those white snow-covered, what are they? Wood things. Also, the coins here are pretty cool. They're the Panda King symbol. Kill that flashlight guard, kill the chow mein, and if I'm not mistaken, there is a wall around here with a hidden area that you need to go to if you want to collect all the bottles, I think. That, or it's a little later. But behind this flashlight guard, once you are done sneaking past him, there are 2 more bottles. And the remaining 3 should be behind that area I was telling you guys about, where there's like a... Yeah, right here. There's a little hidden area if you're not paying attention. I wanted to make sure this wasn't the right way to go because I saw this pinwheel thing. But I was right. If you launch yourself up here, there are the remaining 3 bottles. And then the safe should be just past this area right here. I was freaking out because I didn't know where that guy was coming from, and I didn't know what it was. But it's these 2 right here. Like, look at that. Dude, he hits them so hard they do like front flips. What the fuck? Damn, Sly. I lost like a lot of momentum while doing this time. Normally I could do that like really easily, but for some reason like Sly lost all his momentum in that swing. I think maybe it's because I was pushing the directional stick the wrong direction. Sounds like something I would do. You can just invisible walk your way around, or you could just jump. I forgot to grab the safe. Hold on one second. The safe is right over there. I just totally walked right by it.
Enter the vault code. Lucky for you, I'm versed in chaos theory. Otherwise, this code would have been unsolvable. Input 932.
932. All right. 932. 3 and 3. And your chaos story was just a tad off, Bentley. Maybe you had a round up or something. I don't know what chaos theory is.
The blueprints for the Panda King's lair. I'll upload the data straight into your binocucom.
Alright, cool. And so now we have the blueprints of the Panda King. Now, why does the ancient ancestors have the blueprints to Panda King? And why are they necessary for my Thievius Raccoonus? Did Panda King just... Did Panda King, like, model his whole empire off of these blueprints? Is that what happened? Well, rather, did all the villains in this game model their areas based off of these blueprints? And so with that, we get a lucky firework shot and destroy and create a giant hole in the ceiling of that room.
I calculated the trajectory of these rockets, and I'm 99% sure you'll be able to ride them all the way to the top of that statue before they explode.
What about that other 1%?
Well,
He gets a number off the vault.
Sly, you will be blown to bits, but the experience will no doubt be spectacular.
Nice.
Now, to unlock these rockets, you're going to need all 7 of the Panda King's treasure keys.
Right on. I'll steal them in no time.
Yeah, that 1% Sly is Bentley being wrong about the vault key by 1 number. Alright, so we're going to enter this level right over here past the flashlight guard protecting it. I'm sure there's another way to go around doing that, but that's just the easiest way for me. A desperate race. Now this is a level I could not beat for the life of me as a child.
What are you doing down there?
Well, I'm minding my post when I notice a snow cone stand, and I think to myself, hey Murray, you gotta keep your energy up. So I hurry over here, and then all of a sudden, monkeys are everywhere, bugging me to race them 3 times around this track for a key.
You could use the key. Think you could take them?
Come on, Sly, they're a pack of monkeys.
Racist.
How can I lose?
Alright, remember, steer with the left stick and press square to use any nitro boosts you collect. Keep clear of those icy patches.
Thanks for the advice, Sly, but trust me, I got this under control.
Yeah, Murray got this, Sly. Alright, so I got really lucky with this race, and they all ended up clumping together, and I just, like, lapped some of them. I do not have a strategy for this level. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got just really lucky. I think the way I did it this time was that I saved all my boosts to the best of my ability and just used them around every turn. Because there are these ice patches that make it hard for you to keep traction. And that's the gimmick. That's what made it so hard for me as a kid. And right there, like, I was in last place, now I'm in second. They all clumped together right there. So I got really lucky. But like I was saying, I guess the trick here is to save up your nitrous tanks that you collect, and around every turn use them. That's like the only thing I can tell you to do. But other than that, I don't really have like a good trick to win this. Like how in the other race you just spam every nitrous to catch up to that one cop car, and then from there you can just save up the nitrous tanks. But it is kind of difficult, and I got super lucky in this race, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I always had a hard time with this race. I still do to this day. I just got super lucky here. But yeah. Oh yeah, like right there. I thought I lost it all right there, and I got so lucky. And there we go. We got the key with Murray, and I believe that's the last key we're gonna get as Murray. Not the last time we're playing as Murray, but the last key we're getting as Murray. But yeah, that was. What was it? Dog race or something? No, that was the other one. Desperate race, right? Desperate race. I like how Murray just conveniently goes to food places and just gets into races. I find that so funny. He wanted ice cream. Oh yeah, let's race. What? Alright, and here's Rapid Fire Assault. This is the other twin stick shooter level. And I think that's the... No, there's one more. There's one more twin stick shooter level. But I think this is the last level that's like this. Second and last level that's like this. With the weird scooter thing that Sly has. This one isn't so bad, actually. I don't remember it being too bad. Alright. So this should be the storehouse where Panda King has all his fireworks and stuff. Should be. I don't know. I'm making that one up, I guess. But that would make sense, right? Because he needs a place to put all his like gunpowder and stuff to make fireworks. And you can break that wall for no apparent reason. So... just because, I guess? I don't know. Oh yeah. These monkeys, I don't remember if they turn. I think they just walk in straight lines, but it's not so bad because all you have to do is just move side to side, shooting in one direction, and you'll kill all the monkeys while slowly taking away the barriers. And inevitably you will close the hatches that they spawn from. So it's like, it's not too difficult. And then you gotta Then you gotta break through this wall real quick. And then you gotta worry about the Andres. And the Andres are not terrible either, to be fair with you. They can overwhelm you if you aren't fast enough, but since they're afraid of you, if you can get to them really quickly, you only really have to worry about one of them. Remember, once you get kind of close to them, they stop attacking you. Also remember that you can destroy the wontons with your gun. So, if you, oh, right there. See what I mean? Like, I think I shot him, but like, he still hit me. The wontons are kind of annoying. Oh, not gonna lie. And with that, the level's done. All we gotta do is just sit here for minute destroying this giant rock. Maybe it's a piece of ice, I have no idea what it is. Looks like a rock to me. And with that, our vehicle apparently disappeared. That was weird. Okay, Sly. Fucking weirdo. You and your disappearing vehicles of doom. And then there should be one more level, and that level should be the last actual platforming level. Yeah, Duel by the Dragon. Oh, this is the Carmelita level. Yeah, alright. This level's pretty neat. And so... this is the last level with bottles. And now...
Freeze, Raccoon!
How can I freeze when my heart warms at the very sight of you?
Shut up, Ringtail. I don't know what you're doing here in China, but I'm sure it can't be good for whoever owns this place.
You must only have eyes for me if you're too blind to see what's going on around here.
All I see is a pathetic thief who's escaped justice for far too long.
I'm proud to be a thief, especially when I'm stealing from a vicious extortionist like the Panda King. Open your eyes, detective. These quaint temples are a front for an illegal explosives factory.
Don't try to confuse the issue. You criminals are all the same, and none of you can escape justice.
Yeah, so like I was saying, this is... Don't worry about the bottles in this level. I mean, you can still pick them all up, but you won't be able to open up the safe in this level. Bentley doesn't know owl dialect, and he will only learn it after you defeat the game. Or defeat the game. Beat the game. So, oh, I got really lucky there. But yeah, this is just a standard platforming level with Carmelita constantly shooting you. Don't let her break these icicles, because I don't think they spawn back. I think these ones are just sitting there, and you're gonna need them for the bottles. Not so much for its fireworks, but for their bottles in particular. So you gotta make sure every jump counts, because if she breaks the icicle, you're totally screwed. And you're gonna have to either die from a checkpoint, which, by the way, is a lot harder to do in this level without the without Carmelita shooting you, because remember, we now have the invincibility towards falling and water, so you can't just jump off a cliff like I could in the second level just to reset my checkpoint. You'd have to wait for Carmelita to sit there and shoot you 3 times to do so. But I got pretty lucky there, and the next few bottles are just over here on this little platform, and we're gonna have to climb up and shoot 3 fireworks, the last one being past this little hook right here that allows us to knock over the entire bridge. And then we can cross this gap real quick, while Carmelita is relentless on killing us. I think she's missing on purpose because she has a thing for me. Me in particular. Sly Cooper. Here are 4 more bottles, making it 28 out of 40. Followed by another 3 right next to them. So, like, the bottles aren't so bad in this game. They're not too bad. And now here we gotta wait for her to shoot through this glass and destroy the little statue things that are blocking our way, so that we can get another, what was it, 5 bottles right there, and another 2 over here, so that's 38 at the end. It's pretty good. There's only 2 more, but like I said, remember that the bottles do not matter for this level right now, because since this is the last treasure chest in the game, you can't open it, since Bentley doesn't know owl dialect. And like I said, I don't know if it's just this treasure chest that he does that with, or if it's the last treasure chest in any given level. So I have no idea how that works. And now here, you gotta be careful, because if she starts taking out the platforms ahead of you, she'll constantly be shooting that one platform in front of you. So the only way you can do that is let her shoot at you from the floor. And if you're too close, she'll start taking out the platform ahead of you. So you gotta move back a bit. You gotta move back to, like, maybe about here, where she starts shooting at you and not at the platform ahead of you. For some reason, she always shot that platform. I'm not sure why. By the time you make it there, you're fine. And now you have to hit that.
Unfortunately, this vault code appears to have been written in owl dialect. I won't be able to crack the code until we meet and defeat the bird who created it.
Those fireworks aren't entirely necessary, I don't think. I think you could just break them with your cane. I think. Yes, I think you kind of. I think I remember doing that in the speedrun. Or not the speedrun. I keep saying speedrun. The time trial.
Cooper. When you least expect it, I'll be there.
Okay. Damn! Did I kill her? Holy crap! Did she just drown? Oh, I think I just killed her. Jesus. Whatever. We got a key, so that works. Yeah. And with that, we get to fight my favorite boss in pretty much all of Sly Cooper, I think. I really love this boss in particular. And it's a shame that Kid Me could not beat this boss. Or rather, not beat that one racing level. This is my favorite boss. Like, of all Sly Cooper time. Alright, here we go. To the Panda King. Flame Fu.
I see you carry Kane of notorious Cooper thief clan. Have you come here for revenge? To steal back the Thievius Raccoonus?
That was my plan at first, but now I'm more interested in putting an end to your avalanche extortion racket.
Why should you care if I bury a few worthless village in snow? You are a thief, just like me.
No, that's only half right. I am a thief from a long line of master thieves, while you're just a frustrated firework artist turned homicidal pyromaniac.
Insolent child. You shall pay dearly for your disrespect. Still, to honor your Cooper ancestry, I will send you to your doom with the beauty of my new firework technique, Flame Fu.
Alright, Flame Fu is not so bad. He has, in the first round he just does Fiery Wheel, which all you have to do is just jump over him. And then you have to run back up. Now, this boss is not hard. He praises, I love that. Every time he hits it, he praises. And in the second one, he'll do, yeah, the Palms of Thunder, in which you have to jump back. And then the third one, he does Booming Chop, in which you just keep running to the side. And then he'll start just doing it much faster. Well, not really much faster, but like, just kind of faster, I guess. You can hide behind the fireworks, or behind the little pots and stuff, but you don't need to. So yeah, I'm using the fast mode because I just love running up and beating on this boss. I think that's the reason why I really like this boss. Also, he has 5 rounds too, instead of the traditional 4. But yeah, I really, really love this boss. I love that you can just sit there and beat on him until like you win, instead of like having to wait to hit him once. And that's it.
Skill with that game is unparalleled.
Sly, I did a cross-analysis of the metal used in that high-tech blasting vehicle, and it turns out it can only be found in one place. The Krakatoa volcano in Russia. That's got to be where we'll find the 5th member of the Fiendish Five. So get what you came for and let's get out of here.
Retrieving the Panda King section of the Thievius Raccoonus gave me a chance to learn about my technically minded ancestor, Otto Van Cooper. Not known for his physical dexterity, Otto relied on vehicles to aid him in his criminal endeavors. Armed with his designs, I was sure Murray would be able to make some cool modifications to the team van. A frustrated Inspector Fox, having missed me coming down the mountain, threw the Panda King in jail, thus putting an end to his avalanche protection services and ensuring the safety of mountain villages throughout China. My gang and I took a little time off and did some shopping in Hong Kong. Thoroughly relaxed, we headed home to plan our next move.
I'll see you guys in the Heart of Hate. See you guys next time.